Well, I want you guys to take some time and hang with us. Me and my man Kyle, who is one of the best salespeople, car salesmen I know here at Maserati Ferrari, Long Island. And he just actually helped me find and purchase my dream car. What I wanted to do was, some people had asked me and sent some emails just in reference to exotic cars, what goes into it. So I figured instead of me trying to guess, I would take a couple minutes and just ask the #1 guy here for me to break it down and help you guys who eventually are looking. And if you are looking, this would be the perfect guy. It doesn't matter where you are. He will help find a car and he'll ship it to you, so you don't have to worry about that. So Kyle, if you can, just tell them a little bit about yourself.
Sure. I've been in the car business for about 13 years. I've been here for almost 3 years now selling exotic cars. I love the business. I love helping people find cars, and I can help anybody, like he said, in the U.S. Obtain their dream. If they call me, we can do everything over email, and we have some transporters set up that I can bring them the car directly to them.
Awesome, awesome. So, first question: what would you say is the biggest, the most important thing in reference to financing?
Okay.
When it comes to getting an exotic car. If I'm gonna buy an exotic car, today I wake up, I want an exotic car, and I come in here, in your experience, what are some of the things that surprise a lot of people when they come in here and they're like, man, if I'd have knew that, I could have prepared myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think banks are a little bit more hesitant on the higher end of cars. If you go into maybe, I mean specifically exotics. So if you go in to buy a BMW, their banks may be a little bit more relaxed. Infinity, when I worked there, they were a little more relaxed. Typically, banks want to see comparable credit, so they want to see that you've held a higher payment for a certain length of time, whether it be a year, 2 years, something like that. And obviously, you have to have good credit as well, but a comparable payment is what probably would be the easiest way to get into a car like this, along with most of the time they want to see 20% down. They will make some exceptions. They'll do 10%, 15%, but most of the time they want at least 20% of the value of the car down.
So basically, if I'm looking to get an exotic car, safest thing to do is have 20% of whatever I'm looking for available and have some decent credit.
Exactly right. I would say good credit.
Good credit.
Good
so
credit.
Are we talking 680, 700? Are we talking you can get away with a 660?
If you have a lower credit score, again, it's going to be comparable. So they're going to look for the comparable payment that you had. So if you had a lower score, but you had a $1,000 a month payment, and you're looking to get into a car that maybe at $1,500 a month, it's going to be easier than if you had a car at $400 a month.
Right.
Getting into a car at $1,500 a month.
Okay, now let's talk about servicing. Now there's a bunch of different models here. We got the Gran Turismos, we got 458s, we got 480, all these different cars.
Yeah.
When it comes to the maintenance of the car, a lot of people don't think about that part of the car.
Of course.
They come in here, they're like, oh, this car is beautiful, this is great.
Yeah.
And then first time they go in there to get service and they see these couple $1,000s, they weren't ready for it. So in your experience, when it comes to the service of these cars, what should someone, a first timer, really be prepared for when they're buying a Ferrari versus, let's say, a Maserati?
Well, the Ferraris, believe it or not, 2012 and newer, they're actually included besides brakes and tires. The service is included in the car for the first 7 years of the car's life. But typically on the Maseratis, a annual service would be somewhere around $1,500, give or take.
$1,500.
So yeah, give or take, and then plus tires and brakes if you ever need something like that.
Got it. So I have one more thing for you. We were on the phone, we were going back and forth, we were going through the numbers. Once again, thanks for helping me with that and really making me comfortable with that. One of the things you said on the phone that really helped, and I was like, that's such a good point. We were going through the numbers, and you said, you know what, Chris, one thing you have to keep in mind is when you're buying these cars, no payment's gonna make sense.
Nothing makes sense.
Meaning you'll be comparing it to rent for some people, you'll be comparing it to a mortgage for other people. So you gotta get this car because you deserve it, because you want it, or because you earned it. Well, that sounded like you had an experience of people that you had to say one day it just hit you like, bro, like you gotta get that out the window.
Yes.
Look at what you're buying and realize you've stepped into something. So talk a little bit about where that came from and why that's important for people to really understand when buying.
I think people sometimes come in here with the thought that this is transportation, and they forget that this is really a dream. So that you should come here to buy the car because you want it, not because you need it to get to work, or you need it because of any other reason except for some you're trying to fulfill something within yourself.
Right.
So if you feel that you want to step up and you want to buy something, you've earned it, and you want to treat yourself, that's really the reason you should buy these cars, because there's it's tough to make sense of most of the vehicles that are in these walls here, because some of them are $750,000, $2 million. It could be $100,000, but most of it doesn't make sense, other than the fact that maybe you should do it for yourself.
Right.
And that's really it.
Awesome. Well, Kyle, I want to thank you for taking a couple
Anytime.
minutes out with us. We're going to put all the information in. Gotta
Thank
find
you.
my guy. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
All right, congratulations, man.
Thank you, man.
Thank
Thanks.
you. I appreciate it.